Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar video. In this one I want to open up these two new Avatar Pop products that that just arrived for me today. So as you can see here, we're going to be opening up a pop pin, Funko Pop pin of Aang from ATLA of course, and a Funko Pop figure of Cora from Legend of Korra. So this is the special edition Cora. I think it's the only special edition from the first wave of Korra, which was quite small. I think it was only sort of 5 figures, the 4 commons, and then this one, but this one also had like a chase, which I think was identical, except the paint for the eyes and the Rava symbol were glow-in-the-dark paint. But still, this is interesting because obviously it's my first Funko Pop pin, so I'll get to talk about that a little bit. And also, it is actually my first Korra Funko Pop. I have pretty much all the ATLA ones that have been released, but this is my first time getting my hands on one of the Korra ones, because I ordered them back when they got announced, but this is the first one that's arrived. So the place I ordered from seemed to have a lot of trouble getting these in, but this one came, and I'm assuming my commons, these 4, will actually arrive in, and of course we expect a wave 2 of Korra eventually, because of course, how could they not do a Bolin or a Tenzin at the very least? And then there's so many more options for other characters to do. So we'll start with Korra here. I do open my Funkos, as you know if you've seen my previous video. So yeah, let's get in here. So as you can see, Korra is on a stand, in that based on the way her feet are, she's not going to stand up without this thing, so that's kind of important. So yeah, there's just a quick kind of look at her. And again, it looks really cool. Like the paint feels like it's sort of glowing almost, even though this isn't the glow-in-the-dark version. So I like that. It really does stand out quite a lot. And just the way they have the hair done here is really nice. The triple kind of ponytail style that Korra has, really nicely detailed. And then taking a little bit of a closer look, of course, the detail on the hands here for her pose. This is Korra in her sort of full, you know, winter water tribe kind of outfit. Looks really good. The Rava symbol is nicely detailed there, as you would expect. So that's good, because obviously this is trying to replicate a scene from book 2. Because you don't see Rava, of course, in book 1, so it has to be from past book 2. And I think the only time we see Korra in this outfit after book 1 is in book 2. You can also tell it's book 2 because of the way her arms, the outfit on her arms is. That's definitely her book 2 outfit. So that's really cool. I love book 2. So this moment, which I guess is Korra sort of reuniting with Rava, the Avatar being sort of formed again, is this moment that they're going for here. And I think it looks very, very nice. The hovering off the ground is, I suppose, meant to be Korra sort of like hovering down after merging with Rava again after harmonic convergence. So that's nice to see. So here's just a brief comparison to some Funkos. So here's Aang on Air Scooter, which was also an exclusive, but from the Avatar wave of things. So you can see Aang is a little bit taller, because of course his sort of base is a little bit more complicated, being on the Air Scooter, but still, main characters from both shows, one of their like exclusive Funkos, pretty nice for sure. And then just in terms of a different franchise, but a similar type of Funko Pop, you have a Kaguya here from Naruto. And the reason these are similar, of course, is they both have the same sort of base. Here, just the plastic base, because they're sort of hovering off the ground. Kaguya sort of has a little bit more plastic because of the hair and how sort of thick the kind of body is in terms of stuff. But it's cool, they're roughly the same height, but Kaguya's horns make her a little bit taller. But still, it's a pretty cool kind of idea here of sort of like the Avatar is kind of like a godlike character in Avatar, and then Kaguya is, of course, a godlike character in Naruto. So, that's what you can do with the Funkos, of course. But yeah, that is Korra, and we'll just leave her here. And we'll move on to the Funko Pop pin here. So I ordered this directly from Funko Europe, so it actually arrived in just a few days. What I will say about this straight away is that these are retail more expensive than a normal Funko. So this Funko Aang pin is more expensive than common Funko Aang figure, which feels a little crazy, but I guess this is made out of plastic, this is actually made out of metal. You can maybe see the difference there. The other thing is that in this wave, which you can see here, these are the Funko pins that they announced. There's Aang, Appa, Katara, and Sokka. There is actually a chase version of Aang. You can get this Aang as a kind of spirit version of Aang, you know, spirit separated from his body, so transparent blue Aang. So that was part of why I got this, was to maybe try and get that version. I got the normal version, but I'm still happy with it. So that was cool, just that is actually available. And it looks really cool. It's like super glittery. If you've seen a picture of it, it's really nice. But yeah, here's the packaging. And you can sort of see it's the same dimensions, sort of, you know, across and down as a Funko Pop box, but it's about, you know, half of the thickness. So two of these boxes stacked on top of each other basically make up a standard Funko box. So I like that consistency from them, that the packaging is like that. And then this is actually pretty cool, the gold on black. It makes it feel like, you know, really, really kind of collectible, that they won't be making, I suppose, as many of these, but, you know, they're cool. So let's open it up. So when we open it up, you get this sort of, it is a plastic tray, but you can sort of maybe tell it's got a little bit of a, you know, the best way I can describe it is sort of like felt, kind of like, you know, velvety kind of texture here. So it's trying to be more of a sort of, you know, collector style kind of packaging here, even more so than the Funko Pops. And it's just, you know, in here trying to get across that, you know, okay, this is like there's a reason it's sort of more expensive than a normal pop. So if we take this out, here it is. So, you know, as you can see, it's only really on one side, because it is solid metal here. It's got the nice gold. You can see the imprint in the back is the sort of Funko logo, the kind of crown. And you can see it all throughout this here. You can see also the Avatar logo here. It just says 2021 Viacom, Funko LLC. Yeah, that's all there really is here. But you can see here, three kind of bits to connect the pin if you actually want to use it as a pin. It's kind of rather large, but it stands out if you do want to use it as a pin. So it's got three pin attachments. Plus, it actually has a stand to, if you just want to display it, which is, I think that's really cool, and actually does make this a little bit of a kind of collectible thing. So I kind of like that. You can just pull that out and place Aang down like that. So it does sort of stand up and act kind of like, you know, a Funko Pop. So there's a little bit of a cool factor there, and I think that sort of puts it a little bit over the edge. I don't think when I first saw these, I knew that they came with, you know, the built-in stand. So it kind of is a little bit weird, like such a big pin, because for the most part, like you can see here, it is actually pretty much like one-to-one. Like it is just a kind of a 2D layer of an actual Funko Pop. In terms of like they're the same height basically. And the head like dimensions are of course the same, in that like here's Aang and Aang. The pose, as you can see, is quite similar, but not exactly the same. Their hand pose is a little different, as you can see there. The figure has the sort of airbending sort of palm push pose, whereas you can see with the hand here, the kind of thumb is kind of in like that, and obviously they're showing Aang, I guess it's water bending here. I think when they first showed this, the render of this, they made this look very purpley. And it made it seem like, wow, why is everyone spirit bending like Unalaq? It's kind of weird. But with Aang, they've gone for airbending Aang to, I guess, water bending Aang here. I think it's water anyway. It's hard to fully tell. Like, it could be air with the way that they're going with it, but it's not particularly clear. But as you can see, it's not an identical pose. It is slightly different, of course, but pretty similar. And I think that's the case with pretty much all of the kind of pop pins in this wave, where like the actual Appa Funko is not that wide. I think the Katara isn't doing that exact pose, and then Sokka might actually be quite similar. But still, you know, it's pretty cool. I don't mind that I've got the one here. Will I rush to get the rest of these? I'm not sure. But what I will say is, if they announce more of these and kind of more varied ones, you know, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm all for maybe getting a pin of a character I really, really like at some point down the line. Part of, I think, why this lineup feels a little bit dull is that this is being released like a year and a bit after the first wave of ATLA pops. So we've already had Aang like this from Funko, Katara in her Book 1 outfit from Funko, and every single product line that we've had has started usually with a Book 1 Aang, a Book 1 Katara. You know, at this point we're kind of, you know, do the Book 3 designs from the start and just commit to it. Make it feel a little bit different and not just that I'm getting the same thing just in pin form, more or less. So I think that's why these didn't go down so well, because it was at one of the conventions they announced Avatar Funko Pop pins, and everyone was disappointed because everyone just wanted to see the next wave of Avatar Pops, which were then revealed a few months later. But yeah, there you go. I actually do like the way they've kind of packaged these. They feel very kind of collector orientated, even more so than I think almost the normal pops themselves. But there you go. I think that's pretty much all there is to say. I suppose I didn't really talk too much about the detail on the outside, but you know, you can see there it's kind of glossy, the way the light catches it, the fact that it is gold here. Some of the gold does, you know, shine through to sort of outline the character, and that makes it like feel pretty nice, of course. It is sort of like raised. You can see the head is sort of raised from the rest of the body, and it's got like a little bit of texture to it as well as you kind of like run your hands over it, and like the eyes do sort of like pop up a little bit and so on. So that is quite nice. It feels pretty detailed overall, and the colors again very nice. And then again, there's a look at the back of it. You know, the quality feels quite good. It doesn't feel like you're going to bend this really easily, so that is good to see, and it's something you would expect, given that, like I said, technically this costs more than this figure, even though it feels like there's more to this than that. But again, it's quite heavy. This is, yeah, this is actually heavier than this, so that's kind of funny. But still, there you go. Funko Pop pin for Aang. And then also, like we discussed earlier on, exclusive Korra Funko Pop. So again, like I said, I'm excited to get in my other Korra Funkos, but for now, I suppose this is just the latest additions to my Avatar merchandise collection. And then just for anyone else wondering, I did get Pain, the Pain Funko Pop from Naruto, and I also have Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh! Here. So I have a few extra Funkos. I don't go crazy with them, but if I see a character I like from a show I like, I'll usually maybe pick them up. Right now, I think it's mainly, you know, Avatar, Naruto, and then some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones. So there we go. Yeah, that's the video. In the comments, if you have any questions about the Funko Pop pins or this Korra Funko, let me know what your thoughts are, if you got them or anything like that. Especially the pop pin, I did want to get at least one just to show it off, just because a lot of people are going to be getting the Avatar Funkos and they'll know what they're like, but not a lot of people might actually, you know, pick up the pins to kind of see what they're like. So I thought I'd get at least one, so that could be kind of interesting for people to know about. So let me know what your thoughts were, but that has been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.